Well, you're welcome to the sports segment here on the AM show. It was a good weekend for Ghana boxing as Bukum Banku, known as Brahima Kamoko, defeated Rohat Belgetikin to win his first fight outside Ghana. Now, Banku stopped the German in round 3 at the St. George Hall in Bradford in the UK on Saturday night. Here's a report put together by my colleague Asar Bediako.
Bukum Banku dropped Rohat Belgetikin in round 3 at St. George Hall in Bradford, UK on Saturday night. Banku was billed to fight Frank Albert, but the Hungarian boxer pulled out at the last minute, with organizers replacing him with a German. The self-acclaimed African Mayweather had lost only once to Basti Samir in their bouts at the Bukum Boxing Arena in Ghana. The tough-talking boxer is expected to tour other parts of Europe before returning to the country. The Ghanaian cruiserweight boxer and the current WBO African champion has promised to establish himself as one of Africa's best boxers before retiring.
So that was my colleague Asar Bediako's report. Now time to hear from Bukum Banku, and he admits he was afraid going into the heavyweight contest. He spoke to my colleague Enoch Volanyo Wallace.
Oh, the battle is good. The battle is good. By the grace of God, I'm winning the fight round 3. I stopped my opponent round 3.
Oh, okay. But this is your first international fight.
This is my first international fight, Tali. Well, I make out to win the fight. But when I lose this fight, they're gonna shame. But yes, I'm training hard for the nation before I come here.
Okay.
Yes.
So after this, where are you going?
But after this fight, I they go German. From German, they go to America, Atlanta, to go and fight the weight title. Because me, my promoter, he have money, he have links. He have links to want to be a world champion.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it means that there's hope for the future.
Yes. Right now, I renew my future.
41 years old, you are now having your first international bout. How does it look to you?
It's not. It's good, but you know that if you watch, some people have the 47 years. Only if you're on your 47 years, no, kita wear 30. Say I'm 41. This say who show a Bible news. One say Sarah is grow before he born. Yeah, Sarah grow before he born. Like me, I get 41 years. I go to the first international fight. By the grace of God, I win the fight. I will look my forward because my promoter say he want to give me the world title.
I'm sure that a lot of people who have heard about you were looking up to your normal entertaining antics, but you couldn't deliver that one today.
Oh, don't mind them. Me always I do everything by the grace of God. Yeah. Yes, everything I do by the grace of God. Me, I'm the more talented. You two, you know me already. Yeah.
What do you have to tell Ghanaians?
I want to tell all the Ghanaians that they pray for me to go and be the world champion boxer. This is.
All right, so Bukum Banku Brahima Kamoko speaking to Enoch Volanyo Wallace after his win over the weekend. Remember, very first time fighting outside Ghana, and he won that heavyweight contest. Definitely, there will be more reactions. How relevant this is will come when he joins us at 2 on Sports Today with Nathan Lato. But we have to do football away from boxing, and the President's Cup between Asante Kotoko and Accra Heartfolk was called off due to a heavy downpour at the Babaya Stadium yesterday. And as you can see on your screen, the match officials, in consultation with the leaders of the two teams and the match commissioner, decided to abandon the game. And now it is unclear whether the game will be replayed, with Asante Kotoko set to play in Africa this week. Now more football news, and it was a very shambolic performance from the Black Meteors team in last Friday's Olympic Games qualifier against Algeria at the Accra Stadium. Now a disjointed play from the Ghanaian side and them a 1-1 draw ahead of the second leg in Algiers tomorrow. Skipper of the team, Yayobua, insists they will not give up.
Listen, you can see the previous game that we played. We played a lot of games, and then we actually use the foreign players and the local players together. Listen, as a coach, players will come to the pitch. It depends on your performance. You understand? It depends on your training. You come to the pitch, you train really hard. The coach have to make the selection. You understand? So at the end of the day, it's not the player or the fans who have to make the selection. It's the coach. So if you come to the pitch and you work hard, then you deserve to play. So that's exactly what they did. And then they are the people who have to choose the first level. It's not the fans, it's not the media, it's not anyone. That's exactly what we did. We got the best result here, and that's what we want. That's exactly what we want. So the game is not over. You just have to take a chance, and that's it. We got a few chances, we missed some chances. It's football, it's part of football. And for me, we believe in our qualities.
Not to cut you short, but here's the case: we are not creating a chance.
My friend, you watch the game. What do you mean we didn't create a lot of chances? We did create chances. It's just that we couldn't take it, and that's football. You understand? We are just hoping that the next game things will be better. We can take our chances much better, and then we can win a game. That's exactly what we're expecting. So for me, I think this game was best for us. Even though we all know that Algerians are better. You know, they are also better side as well. As we also know, we have our qualities and we have the best players as well. But people talking about Kwabena, of course we know he's our top scorer, but it's unfortunate that he wasn't here, which means we don't rely on him. We have other players who are also performing really well, and that's exactly what we expect from the players. And then we supporting each other. We have good relationship with everybody, with the locals. We miss everything together. You know, you didn't see only foreign players playing. We all miss. You have some locals playing. As I said earlier, it's just the coaches who see those who are best, and then you put them on the game. That's exactly what. So we're going there, we have confidence in ourselves, and we also play the Ghanaians to have confidence in us, that we are going there to do our job, so they should do everything as possible to support us, and then we go there, and then we do it. That's it.
All right, so that's Black Meteor's skipper Yayabo speaking after that 1-1 draw with Algeria at the Accra Stadium last Friday. So the second leg is tomorrow, and we understand the team have arrived in Algiers ahead of the game. Away from the locals, in Euro 2020 qualifiers were played over the weekend, and Hurricane scored a hat-trick as England defeated Bulgaria at the Emirates, at Wembley. We will also hear from Gareth Southgate after the highlight. He actually praised the young England players after the win. All right, so Gareth Southgate is manager of England, and he was speaking after his side's comprehensive win over Bulgaria that was over the weekend at Wembley. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo was on target as Portugal went away to beat Serbia in Belgrade by 4-2, and France go top of Group H after beating Albania in Paris. All right, so 4-1 that game ended in Paris, and away from the Euros, we briefly have to look at what's happening in the US Open, or what happened in the US Open. But Rafael Nadal won his 19th Grand Slam titles after holding off Russian Daniil Medvedev's exhilarating fight back in one of the greatest US Open finals. Yesterday was amazing. Now, Nadal won 7-5, 6-3, 5-7, 4-6, 6-4 against the fifth seed in New York. So US Open champion Rafael Nadal, that's the men's division. In the women's division, Canadian teenager Bianca Andreescu has actually stunned Serena Williams in a gripping US Open final to claim her first Grand Slam title and denying the American a 24th major. Now, Serena could not cope with a 19-year-old's quality in a 6-3, 7-5 loss. All right, so that's how we end sports here on the AM Show this morning. Thanks so much for your company. I'm Benedict Osu. Join us at 2 on Sports today. Our major sports bulletin will be on this platform. Until then, enjoy the rest of our program.